three types of people, they will not enter the Jannah. One of them is the alcoholic. And they will not enter the Jannah. It's either they will not enter it from the first time, so they have to be roasted a little bit. They have to be purified in the hellfire to wash their sins, and then they will enter it. If Allah wanted to do that. And if Allah wanted to forgive, it's up to Him. Are you following? So, the first one is the wine drinker, addict to the khamr. The second type, one who believes in sorcery. Believing the sorcery, indeed, can be a disbelief. Because if you believe that this magician, he knows the unseen, this is a disbelief. And this can take you out of the fold of Islam. So if Allah prevents you from the Jannah, you deserve it. Are you following? The third type is the one who cuts the ties with his families. He doesn't speak to his uncle, mother's side and father's side. He doesn't speak to his aunts, mother's side, father. What is this? So you are severing and cutting the ties, the womb, ar-rahim. You know, when Allah created the womb stood up. Said, I seek protection in you from those who will cut me. He said, whoever cuts you, I will cut him off. So, if you are kind to your relatives, first of all, Allah puts barakah in your life. And also Allah can prolong your lifespan. You want to live longer? Be kind to your kindred. Be nice to your relatives. Even if they are giving you a tough time. The relatives themselves, they are giving you a tough time. You come to them, we don't want to see you, okay? Don't come ever again. Don't cut them. Let him slam the door in your face. Let him do that. You do it for the sake of Allah. Okay, I came to visit you. Salaam alaikum. So don't cut relationship. Don't cut your relation with your relatives. Even they are bad. Because Allah will be on your side. Are you following? Because there are many Muslims, they don't talk to each other. Sometimes brothers, they don't talk to each other, right? For what? For the dunya? Because of the dunya. If one of you die, and now you are in the janazah, you will be crying, but it's too late. Too late. He died while he's angry with you. For the dunya. When you know that the whole dunya in the sight of Allah is not equal to the wing of the mosquito. The whole dunya is nothing. And we are fighting each other over the dunya. Cutting our ties because of the dunya. So this hadith is really a threat, telling us don't cut the ties. And if you want Allah, as mentioned in the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, whoever wishes his lifespan to be prolonged and his rizq to be increased, he should be kind to his kindred. The question is, can one's lifespan prolonged? The answer, yes. Yes. Though one day, one of the wives of the Prophet ﷺ, she was praying for her father Abu Sufyan and her brother Muawiyah, to Allah, asking Allah to prolong their lifespans. So the Prophet ﷺ told her, you have asked something which is already fixed. That is one hadith. And now this hadith says, if you want your lifespan to be prolonged, be kind to your kindred. Now, is there any contradiction between the two hadiths? The hadith that says lifespans are fixed and the one that says can be prolonged. No, no contradiction at all. And I want you always to keep in mind, there will never be any contradiction between two authentic hadiths or between Quran and hadith. Never. So how the ulama, the scholars, they resolved this apparent contradiction? It seems, but there isn't. They said Allah, in His knowledge, has given every one of us minimum and maximum, two limits. Two limits. For instance, if you were kind to your relatives and maintaining the relationships, you hit the maximum. You hit the maximum. If you cut the ties, you get the minimum. So yes, it is fixed, no contradiction, and yes, it increases. Is this clear? No contradictions. If you are kind, if you want to get the maximum, what should you do? Maintain the relations. Maintain the ties. Keep the ties strong and the bonds are strong with your relatives. You cut them, you get the minimum. So in Allah's knowledge, you can live either 60 or 70. If you are kind, you get the maximum, you live 70 years. Allah makes you reach the maximum. If you cut your ties and you sever your ties, you get the minimum. And it is all in the knowledge of Allah. Is this clear to everyone? So there is no contradiction between the two ahadith of the Prophet ﷺ. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those who maintain the ties with their relatives. And may Allah strengthen the bonds between the Muslims